Hi guys, I'm Josslyn and welcome to our very first episode of the show where we talk about staying healthy, feeling amazing, and taking care of your body. As you all know, I'm very active, not only in my media life, but also my athletic life. I constantly search for better options for all of us to stay healthy. So today we have someone super cool with us, a person who went through many hardships and ended up healing herself, and now she helps others. A true doctor from heart, and now people call her clinic St. Maria's Health Clinic. They do everything from sports recovery to anti-parasite programs, beauty and aesthetics, detox, and so much more. Welcome, Dr. Maria. How are you doing today?
Hi, Josslyn. I'm very happy to be here with you, and thank you for inviting me.
Of course, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get started with the questions. This one is kind of just to get to know you a little more. So, Dr. Maria, tell us a little bit more about yourself and your journey. What made you want to start a clinic like St. Maria?
So it's a good question. So my background is public administration. That's how I thought I will dedicate my life for, and I did like ecological project about recycling the plastic and recycle in general. But then I got sick and I have been misdiagnosed for 8 years with lots of doctors in traditional medicine because my general lab work were perfect, but I had so many symptoms. And doctors thought that I have a psychosomatic, in which I truly believe, but in my case, because I also had athletic life in the past, I knew that something were wrong with me. So, and that's been true because when we finally got answers after 8 years of searching, we found these answers not in the traditional medicine, but between the medicine and science, because we got like a DNA sequencing test, which is not normally like doctors are not normally using in the traditional medicine. So, long story short, I got diagnosed with Lyme disease and five co-infections. And so, Lyme disease is very common, unfortunately, now, especially the chronic Lyme disease, a chronic condition. A lot of famous people and superstars are now revealing that they have Lyme disease. For example, Justin Timberlake a couple of months ago, he told in the news that he has Lyme disease. So, but at that time, when I've been searching for answers, this disease were not so common, and it's been very hard to find out what's going on. But when we finally got these answers, the second challenge were to find how to treat this disease because there is no treatment till now, official treatment, how medicine can help you. And so again, like as with testing, with diagnostic, we had to dive into science even more than to the medicine because my husband is a scientist and geneticist. So we had to search a lot of scientific articles, a lot of books, and see a lot of protocols how we can help myself. Actually, before that, we tried a couple of clinics around the world, and something helped me, something didn't. And then we ended up um, making decision that we have to uh, mm, make a group of like bring a group of doctors and make our own protocols to basically save my life. I started my education for naturopathic doctor. So my husband were a scientist, and we had a group of three doctors from different countries working with us. And finally we got corrected protocols and helped my health to recover. So by that time, I already built a house where is Santa Maria right now. And when I got better, we already had so many knowledges, so many machines, so many treatments. And I told my husband, maybe something didn't happen just for. So I mean, it's always something happening for a reason. So if it happened with me, so probably this is my mission to help other people who have similar problems as I do. And that's how we got an idea to rebuild our house and to make a clinic from our house on the ocean in Mexico. And now we already opened 5.5 years helping people to recover their health. Not only people with chronic condition, but also people, healthy people, to prevent any of diseases.
Okay, well, it's great to hear that of course you recovered. And now you can like help other people too now, that's a good thing. Um
Mhm.
okay, my next question is when I was like researching, I saw a lot of like things related to health obviously, but one thing that stood out was like preventative health. I wanted to wait until now to ask you and not like Google it cuz better to hear from you than Google. But like I just wanted to know like what does it mean and like if someone my age can do it.
Sure. So preventative health is the best gift which we can make for ourselves. This is the best investment which we can make for ourselves because right now the environment for us as a human beings not so friendly, especially unfortunately in United States, because there is a lot of chemicals in the products, in the not only in the fruits and vegetables but also in the animal products, because animals are eating basically corn, soya and other stuff which is not really healthy, and then we are eating these animals. So heavy metals, microplastic, everything is accumulating in our body, and our detox system is not designed to be ready to detox so many things which we are consuming right now. With that toxins, our immune system is going down, and our pH level of all our liquids in our body is also going down. So, and our immune system is going down. So basically, all the semi pathogens with whom we were living for so many years, like parasites, candida, um, I don't know, some bacteria, viruses, which always were part of our microbiome. There is not something new, even though they are mutating too, But even despite of that, we always were living with them together. But right now, because there is a lot of toxins and this not friendly environment, our immune system going down and they are becoming stronger in our body, so they start to grow. And so what they do, they release toxins, and these toxins are very bad for our health. So they make us sick, they create inflammation in our body, and sometimes they even change the way we are thinking. So we had so many patients, and me personally, who, for example, have cravings to sugar or to gluten, to I don't know, pasta or cakes, but it's not because their body wants this carbohydrates, this fast carbohydrates, this sugar, but because this creature who are living inside of us, like parasites, giardia, for example, or candida, they are craving for this stuff because this is their food, and they are sending these signals to our brain straight from our gut. And this is now scientifically proven that they can control our brain through the gut. And so they are making us sometimes uh, to they are they are trying to convince us to eat some food which are not like healthy, or maybe if not of them we would never eat this food in so much, in this quantity as we are eating right now. So basically they are controlling us and making us eat sugar, and it creates even more inflammation, and they start to grow even more, and it makes us very, very sick. So
Oh,
that's why it's very important, if we are coming back to the preventative health, it's very important to do a detoxification first, then to check this lot of pathogens, and which is hard to find in the normal traditional lab, but there is a lot of uh, functional medicine and other instruments to find these pathogens in our body. And then of course check the deficiencies which also they are creating, not only because we don't eat like enough, I don't know, calcium or enough products with selenium or with zinc. Sometimes these pathogens they are creating these deficits in our body which we also need to close. So, and if we will do these preventative measures as diagnostic and detoxification every year, let's say, so we will never have any diseases, any chronic conditions.
oh wow. Okay. My next question is for okay, so me personally, I play golf.
Hmm.
Okay, so I use my lower back a lot to like twist and turn and do all that golf stuff, you know? And like sometimes I tend to get hurt on my lower back or like it gets sore kind of. So like of course a lot of teens they all play sports and they all get hurt or sore and they don't know how to like deal with it and how to recover. So what's the fastest way to recover without like skipping school or practice?
So make your food as a remedy for you. So there is a lot of protocols with anti-inflammatory food. There is a lot of products which are making anti-inflammatory effect on the body, and there is a lot of products which are making even more inflammation in our body, as sugar, as gluten, as casein, so as dairy. So basically, if you hurt yourself, so try to avoid this type of food, like which are causing inflammation, at least for a week or for some time when you will start feeling much better. So try to add more greens. Um, Try to take your green juice every day or green smoothie every day. So turmeric or curcuma is one of the best um, products to help you to decrease inflammation and uh, make your body to regenerate faster. So also try to hydrate yourself enough with electrolytes and go to sleep earlier as you go usually to sleep. So try to go to the bed like around 11 10:30, 11 p.m., not later. So to give your body rest and opportunity to regenerate these tissues which were hurt in during your sleep, because in your age, your regeneration um, capacity of your body are very, very strong. You just need to give a little bit of help to your body, and you will be just fine in, I would say, 3 5 days.
Okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind. I'm pretty sure everyone else will too.
Sure.
Okay, so I heard that your clinic does detox programs. Can
Mhm.
you explain what detox is and without making it scary? Because it sounds like little intimidating.
So we already talked with you about why we need to detox because of the environment which we are living now. So here I can add only couple words more about the heavy metals, which are very spread right now in all the oceans and seas, and all the sea products which we are consuming. If we will give them to the special labs to check for heavy metals, we will be very surprised finding that there is a lot of heavy metals in the seafood. So again, microplastic is everywhere. You're playing golf on the golf courses. There is so many chemicals. This is one of the most polluted place in the country, the golf courses, because they are not regulated with the chemicals which they are putting. So all these toxins tend to accumulate in our body, in our liver, in our kidney, in our cells, in our lymph system, in our blood, which we are actually checking here. We are doing the blood microscopy. As I told you in the beginning, we are using a lot of scientific methods, not only like traditional medicine methods, but all our methods we are using are scientifically proved, and we can see, like, no matter how many times we will do blood microscopy, we will see the same results. This is the uh, like, we can distinguish alternative methods of diagnostic when we can repeat many times, and we will have sometimes different results with the scientifically proven like diagnostic tools, or any like experiments, when we can run them for so many times and we will have the same results. So that's what this principle we are using here in the clinic. We are trying to use only scientifically or medically proof methods and treatments and diagnostic tools. So one of them, and one of the most important of them, this is a blood microscopy. So we are taking the drop of blood from the finger, putting under the microscope, and see the cells on the high resolution right in front of you. And you can see what's going on with your cells and what lives between the cells in your plasma. And sometimes, not sometimes, many times, we see lots of interesting things. We can see microplastic, we can see inflammation, we can see heavy metals because the dry blood is changing color. So we can see bacteria and lots of more, a lot of other stuff. And then we can see really what's going on inside of the body on the cellular level. Plus, we do bunch of lab works here in the best lab of Mexico. So we are bringing together these two methods, and then uh, we can see the load of toxins and pathogens in the body and what's going on in the body, plus the inflammation level. So after that, we decide on the level of detoxification, or if there is any need for detoxification. So it means we do, for example, different IVs to clean the blood. Again, we are checking the blood microscopy before and after, checking how blood is changing during the program. After that, after the IVs, let's say with ozone and laser, which are cleansing the blood, we are sending patients to the lymph drainage. This is a pressure therapy treatment, which are cleansing our lymph through the sweat. So our patients are sweating a lot during this procedure, and then all the toxins from first from the blood releasing to lymph system, and then from lymph system to the sweat and urine. So we are using the salt scrub, mud rub. We have 150 Latin American herbs which our patients are drinking in the special combinations. We are doing massages, we are doing infrared saunas, red light therapy, physical activity. So if we will calculate everything, we have 180 procedures, including IVs, injections, and everything. So basically, to make a good cleanse of our body and organs, and then decrease inflammation, improve the immune system, and in the end, close all the deficiencies which were created by toxins, pathogens, and um, sometimes we have problems with our GI tract, like inflammation or leaky gut. So we're also working on it. So to prevent in the future these deficiencies when we are eating food, but it's not digested well and creating these deficiencies. So we are closing deficiencies, working to on improving the GI tract to decrease inflammation and to um, so yeah, close these problems with the leaky gut.
Oh, that blood thing, that blood little program thing sounds a little scary. Looking
So
at your blood under a microscope.
yeah, but we have three medical doctors are working here. We have nurses. We have, even though we are looking more as a like a retreat center on the ocean, and we are not like looking as a clinic with the white walls. So we still have a lot of professionals working here, and our patients under control through all the process. So there is no worry to be scared.
Okay. Okay, now we're gonna do a quick challenge. Can you give our listeners three small things they can start doing today to feel healthier, stronger, and more energized?
Of course. So I think for teens, the most important number one, this is food. So try to avoid junk food and sugar. So there is not a necessity of the quantity of sugar we are consuming right now. So sometimes just remember that sometimes this is just the parasites or candida which are living inside of us as a part of our microbiome and make you have craving for this food. So try to decrease it and try to eat more salads, more greens, food which you're making at home or your parents are making at home. So this is number one. Um, Second, this is sleep. So try to go to bed before 11 p.m. because of our biological clock and because of importance of melatonin, the hormone which we are producing during the sleep time. Melatonin actually also helping to decrease inflammation, to recover our immune system, and from melatonin, there is a correlation between melatonin and serotonin, the hormone of happiness. So basically, if you will have a good sleep, you will have a good mood on the next day. And the third, mm, I would say try not to not go so deep to the social media. I mean Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, because this is not healthy for our brain. So it creates us inside of us addiction to the fast picture, fast motion, and then decrease the ability to think strategically for our future. So basically, it's making us not so clever. It's social media. So I mean, put the limit on your phone on, I don't know, somewhere to not use it more than like 40 minutes, I would say 1 hour during the day, and try to go more outside to spend time with your friends, talking, like reading books, going somewhere, traveling. So to enjoy your life in real, not in the screen. So I would say this is the most important things about how we can improve it right now.
Okay. I think all three of those things are pretty doable. Okay.
So,
So the next question is, what is one health myth or kind of mistake that you see teens make all the time?
um, yeah. So they go to bed late. They eat a lot of sugar and junk food, and they spend, I mean, sometimes the half of their days in the phone. So this is like, I would say, three biggest, yeah, addictions we have nowadays. So just try to decrease it.
Yeah, okay. So the next one is more like a story time. I heard that you work with professional athletes, so I was wondering if you could share a story about someone who got injured and then bounced back really quickly and got stronger.
Of course, we have this story. Like we have so many stories in our clinic for 5 years. But if we are talking about the athletes, so we had a boxer, a famous boxer in Mexico, who hurt his knee, and he had a fight in a month. So when it happened, so our friend asked us for help. So he came to our clinic. He spent a week with us. He's been actually trying to to train here because we have a wellness club and we have space for exercise. But we were trying to avoid any heavy, how to say, uh, so trying to not to him to not work with his knee, and then we did a lot of treatments to decrease inflammation, ozone IVs, laser application of low laser application for his knee, mud patches, ultrasound therapy, wave shock therapy, and the most important is the stem cells and exosomes, so which we are doing also in our clinic intravenously, and injections to the joints. In his case, to the knee. So and in 1 week he got much better. Then he's been coming for a couple of times a week to continue, his recovery and his treatments. And then he got this fight and he won this fight. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's great to hear. Okay, so my last question for today, before I let you go, what is one thing other than sleep, eating healthy, and getting away from your phone? What is one thing that you want every teen listening to remember about taking care of their body?
Hmm, what else? Mm, okay. Maybe even two things. So when you are outside, so be very careful of tick bites, because sometimes teens are receiving these tick bites and they don't even feel it. And almost all the ticks, and nowadays this is spread all over the states in US. Um, Almost all the states they have Lyme disease, not like before. So just a small bite could change their life before and after, because some people like can immune system of some people are very strong against Lyme disease. even though they got the bite, they even don't like feel it, and they don't develop any symptoms. But some people are very like their immune system not so strong, and they're very like kind of acceptable, like very how to say, so basically they can get Lyme disease very easily and develop these symptoms very easily. So, and I heard a story on the medical conference, Lyme conference, about the teen girl. She's been like excellent in her school with like AA grade, one of the best students. And then something happened, so she got sick, like with a normal flu. So then a month later, she still had some symptoms, which became chronic, like a chronic pain, a little bit of fever, a little bit of aches all over her body. But the most like the worst thing, she developed like a depression, which also very common in Lyme and co-infections, especially Babesia or Bartonella. So she got the depression, and she started to have problems with her memory, and then she didn't want to study anymore. And then she ended up in a year later, she ended up under the bridge, like hanging with homeless people, and her parents couldn't believe that it's going on with their daughter, because she's been the best, and these dramatic changes within a year, they thought that someone just changed her completely, that this is an other person they don't know. So, but her mom were very smart. She didn't let it go like this. So she knew, she felt that something is wrong, not because she got crazy or depressed, or this is a hormonal imbalance, it happened in teens. So she took her to a doctor, and they did brain MRI, and they found that her brain looked like a Parkinson brain with with holes, and they didn't they couldn't understand what's going on. But then they ran lots of tests, and then they found that she had Lyme disease and co-infections. And then she remembered that she were beaten where they were out with their school to some camping or something like that. So, and they put her on the treatment and antibiotics, etc. So within a year she came back. And this girl were at this conference, and she told us, I felt that someone changed my mind. It was not me. It's something were going on with me I couldn't control inside of me. So I wanted to do suicide. I didn't want to leave. So lots of things she were telling us at the conference. So, and I realized that how scary it could be to receive just a small tick bite, and then your life changed completely. So I don't want to scare you. I just want to really prevent any of possibility that it could happen with any of your friends or people who will watch us. So just to be careful with the ticks. And so this is one, and second, to try to learn how to manage stress even with this age, because there is a lot of stress factors outside in this world, especially when we are in the social media looking that someone has more money, or I don't know, or better clothes, or something which I don't have. And so I don't want you to feel like you are worthless or mm, I don't know, to feel bad about that. So each of us are individual, and each of us were created as a very special soul, it's a very special body, and we have a special mission, each of us in this life, and just enjoy whatever you have in your life.
That was beautiful. But sorry, I know I said one last question, but now I have a follow up question
Sure.
about like the tick bites. That's like kind of scary, right? So like, how like is there any way to prevent ticks from biting you? Cause like I know it's like when a bug bites you, it's like not really noticeable at first until it like really starts like kind of hurting you in some way, or like a normal mosquito bite, it starts getting itchy and stuff.
You just so we are heard, all of us have heard about the importance of SPF cream to put on our face if we don't want to age. Even from the young, young age, we have to apply it because the sun right now is very aggressive, especially in California.
Mm.
So the same is just to have a special cream, lotion, or spray for bags. And if you go with your dog to walk your dog or camping, just make sure you apply everywhere, and your clothes is like good enough to protect you. So just read how you can protect yourself from tick bites. There is a lot of tips and options, and try to be even over careful about that. So that's all. But if it happened, then there is, of course, there is a ways to eliminate the damage, right? So go to the doctor, try to go to the functional doctor or ILATs, certified doctor. They really know how to deal with Lyme disease, or just come to our clinic. We are just 1 hour drive from Los Angeles, so we can do some IVs, ozone IVs, which is natural killer of all the bacteria and viruses, and just to make this detox and to not give the opportunity of this bacteria to spread to the cells.
Okay, well, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I learned a lot, and I know that our listeners definitely did too. I don't want to keep you here any longer because I know you're a really busy person. So I want everyone to remember that small steps every day make a really big difference. So check out St. Maria Health Clinic at stmariahealth.com if you want to learn more cool stuff, and stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll go even deeper into ways teens can help their bodies stay healthy, strong, and energized. Thanks for listening, and stay awesome.